This was the news du jour last week of OpenAI's projection of $100 billion of ad revenue by 2030. I posted on Instagram and LinkedIn, I'm skeptical of this number. Obviously, it's a projection and they've got to put a good headline out. But the key stat in it was that they're going to reach 2.7 billion people on a weekly active basis. And that to me is like kind of an absurd number if you look at where they are today. But I think you also shared, they did just come out with a self-serve ads manager. They're really accelerating kind of what they're doing on the ad side. And I think, pull the revenue number, pull the weekly active number aside, like they are telling the market exactly what they care about and exactly where they're focused, which I think is the most important part. They're saying we're going all in on ads and we're going to make this work, right? Whether it's 60 billion or 100 billion by 2030, like it's going to be some insane number at some ridiculous growth rate that we've never seen before. And I think the fact that they've launched this self-serve ads manager in weeks since launching their first test campaigns is a testament to like where they're putting resources.
Yeah. My big takeaway from this stuff right now is that their main competitor is actually Meta and not Google. Like everyone has thought that OpenAI was a search engine. It is not. Like AI ads are going to become discovery, right? There's going to be like intent tied to it, but like, and you have a bunch of Meta people who just went to OpenAI that are like running the whole basically ad strategy. So like they are in a fight with who's going to have the free AI assistant, and it's going to be Meta versus them. Obviously Gemini is different, but the reality is I think Google ironically still has this like double-edged sword of just being a search engine and not being a social network. Obviously YouTube's like the part of it, but I think there's a path here where OpenAI becomes much more like inherently social. And I think that's what they got to get to. I've said a bunch of times, I think that one fast track to doing that is they should buy Snapchat. And I truly actually think that makes a ton of sense for a bunch of reasons. But yeah, I think, listen, the 100 billion is a huge number. They're not going to get there until they become they have to own way more of your screen time is like basically where this ends up being. Meta and their family of apps and now their new free thing in Meta AI, like they just keep eating up screen time. YouTube obviously does the same thing. They're going to have to figure out how to do that, because if not, there's no way you can build a $100 billion ads business. Like it requires tonnage, and they definitely don't have that quite yet. So, but I don't think it's impossible, but I think the current playbook does not facilitate this being an actual real number.